Well, a three-parter, one storyline over 3 issues. Pretty common these days, but back then people must have thought it was heading somewhere grand. But then, surely a simple robot isn't going to cause too much for the future of the X-Men. The X-Men are celebrating. They've just defeated the Juggernaut, so McWheels decides to give his students a vacation. But to do so, old Angel has to strap down his wings to look normal.
Doesn't that hurt?
I don't know. I don't have wings. Couldn't hurt too much. Have you ever seen a wet chicken? Feathers? Mostly floof.
Floof?
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of fluffy and poofy, you know. Like, they're in pillows for a reason. But the one thing it doesn't stop Angel from doing is driving off in his convertible with our girl Jean. While old Cyclops laments that it's probably for the best, that his eyes are too dangerous for the girl he loves.
He can do so much better than that bitch. Like me.
Hey, you know, some of our viewers probably have Jean as their favourite X-Man. Or X-Woman.
Viewers, come on now.
Yeah, you're right. Shut up. Anyway, there's this guy, Dr. Bolivar Trask, and he's brewing up some trouble in the form of an anti-mutant concoction.
Ooh, what's his power?
You know what? I don't know. Maybe it's his mustache. That looks kind of cool. Nah, he likes to build stuff, and he proposes to build something to protect mankind because he believes that Homo Superior will rise above mankind.
Well, it's kind of in the name.
Fair call.
And then there's Magneto.
Yeah, so you can hardly blame them, dirty muties. But McWheels is a dirty mutie also, so challenges Trask to an on-air debate. On-air means television to the generation that has only heard of online. Trask doesn't really understand the word debate and goes straight to the end game, showing off his newly built defensive strategy. Robots, or as he calls them, Sentinels. Have a look at these guys. I mean, I find them uber creepy compared to the version that eventually took over. Their heads are just way too round. They're like a baby doll's head out of a horror movie. It creeps me out. Yeah, even if it's not intentional.
You're a wuss.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, a few panels after they turn up, the Sentinels turn evil. Who saw that coming?
Already?
Yeah, it wasn't really even earned. Normally they show them doing some good first, but hey, whatever works. It turns out that the robots think that they are the superior race because they know how to calculate the square roots of things instantaneously and can successfully tell the long side from the short side of the bottom bedsheet.
Impossible.
Not for a robot sentinel. Anyway, McWheels sends out the brainwave and tells the X-Men to cancel vacation plans. They turn up and they tussle the Sentinel, but here's the thing about Sentinels. They've been programmed to fight mutants, including the X-Men, so they have counters for every move. After a bit of to and fro, most of them actually skip out, one of them with Trask in hand, returning to their base, but one of them, for reasons unknown, collapses. Maybe he pre-gamed a little too early, who knows. The X-Men don't have time to dissect why it fell. They have to chase the others and arrive to the Sentinel base, only to be blasted by defense lasers just in time for next issue. So we continue where we left off, and the Sentinel base is causing earthquakes under the X-Men's feet and shooting lasers at them. Oh, and they brought McWheels along despite the Sentinels being robots and having no brains, so he's really dead weight. Or just dead if they don't get him out of there soon. So you would think. Anyways, to assault the base, Iceman makes a giant disc of ice and him and Beast get on top while Cyclops uses his optic blast to fire them off towards the base. Not really an important plot point, but just no. Just no. It would not work.
Don't lie, you love it.
Okay, but just a little bit, but only because I like corny moments. But the end result is Iceman and Beast getting there, then getting gassed and captured. Now the whole reason for this is because while Beast is unconscious, he's getting probed.
Oh?
Mind probed.
Oh,
So we're gonna go through his backstory.
I thought you meant going through his back door. Seems like a random issue to throw in a backstory arc.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like this is a middle issue filler of some sort. So we spend some time with Trask, who is brought to Master Mold, the lead Sentinel unit. Seriously, this is like if you bought a big car factory that looked like a car, but whatever. Anyway, Master Mole believes that Sentinels are superior and that humans need to be destroyed. I mean, it's not like artificial intelligence is ever a risk of taking over, right? Right?
Bring on the digital empire.
Now, as it turns out, McWheels isn't as dead weight as we first thought. See, though he cannot control the minds of Sentinels firing lasers at him, he can mentally blast them to knock them out.
That's not how telepathy or electricity work.
Like, dude, they just shot a giant disc of ice across a valley with someone's eye pupils. I mean, right now, anything's valid. But for now, let's talk Beast. It's a little cliche. He's getting bullied as a teen and jumps around and is almost hit by a car, but managed to flip over it, discovering his powers. He excels at school, including football, because no one can touch him. And unlike other muties, his parents actually liked him, but agreed when McWheels needed another terrorist for his mutant militia. As for origin stories go, it's a little underwhelming, but hey, it can't all be heartache and trauma. Inside the Sentinel's lair, Jean, Psyche and Angel break in, and because the Sentinel who finds him wasn't expecting more humans, decides to take them to Master Mold. Seriously, this is one of those moments where you expect them to lose because they can't tick the I am not a robot box. Click here to conquer the world. No!
Those checkboxes never work for me. I think they're racist.
Well, someone's a little digitally mad. Anyways, the trio save Iceman and they tussle with a few Sentinels while McWheels tries to assault Mastermind with psychic blasts, but Master Mold has side defenses and fires back. McWheels barely makes it back to his body and we're left wondering if they'll ever get out of this. Issue 16. And no, they didn't make it. Now, all the X-Men, bar McWheels, have been captured and stored in some gravity dish. Great rescue plan, guys. Despite their best efforts, they just can't break free. McWheels hitches a ride and makes it back to the original Sentinel that fainted at the debate and mind probes it. Yes, mind probes a sleeping robot. Let that sit with you just for a while. But he's determined that it's built like a gigantic TV and that something interfered with getting its signal to it. He figures out that the transmission was broken thanks to a large crystal in a building over yonder.
Yonder?
Yeah, I said yonder. That's what you get out of that? Not the, what the hell is a gigantic crystal just sitting in the middle of a building? Freaking weirdos, that's why. But anyways, back at the Sentinel lair, the Sentinels go to put Beast in the gravity dish well thingy, but the X-Men take the chance and fight back as it's open. They tussle with the robots as Psyche grabs Beast and runs out with him.
My hero.
But just as they're about to escape, team leader XY Alpha Stupid Face shoots them with stun rays and wipes the floor with them. Now stunned, the Sentinels get ready to employ the destruction beam that totally doesn't look like a penis gun. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
What happens?
All the Sentinels collapse.
What? Why?
McWheels stole the big crystal from the building and used a helicopter to fly overhead with it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown. It's totally in Deus Ex Machina.
Bless you.
I mean, yes, McWheels was shown to be working on it, but it feels like one of those early issues where they fight the big bad guy and McWheels just steps in at the last moment and mind wipes the villain. The victory doesn't feel earned, you know what I mean?
I never really know what you mean.
But other than that, Dr. Trask is still inside after being forced to create one more Sentinel by Master Mold. But in a noble sacrifice, he sabotages the production line, blowing up the factory and apparently takes him and the Sentinels out together in a massive explosion. The Sentinels are iconic in X-Men lore. Look, I'll admit it, I was perfect age for the 90s X-Men cartoon series, and the Sentinels played a big role in that series, so I do have a little soft spot for them. And despite me paying out their early appearance, I can see why they spent 3 issues on them and why they made a return to be one of the X-Men's biggest threats. I mean, robot villains were no way unique at this stage, but there was just something about their motives. Purpose-built mutant hunters, relentless, thoughtless, and the ability to adapt to so many powers. I think you need that kind of thing when you have a comic that has an ever-growing range of superpowers. You need a way to combat them all. It's a fine 3-parter that really simmers the future threat of these villains. I just think that McWheel saving the X-Men again, along with the crystal design flaw, probably ruined the ending and tarnished what was otherwise a solid read. Hey, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this approach, please like and subscribe for more videos. And remember, if you're interested in reading the full story, the easiest way is to sign up to Marvel Unlimited at marvel.com/unlimited. I need to breathe.